My Guyana, my Guyana, my Guyana, my Guyana, Eldorado, best of all the world away. In my heart wherever I wander, memory enshrined thee. All my hopes and aspirations, all my longings, only tie everlasting bonds around us as the fleeting years roll by. My Guyana, Eldorado, my Guyana, times unfolding and for my destiny, to redeeming lasting splendor over years and lost to thee, and the dawning of thy glory, for the long, long night is past. Oh, arise triumphant, glorious, from the ashes of the past. Oh, arise triumphant, glorious, from the ashes of the past. Guyana, oh my lovely native land, more dear to me than all the world I see washed on this strand. Pour down upon the borders, looking out upon the deep, the great Atlantic flowed into a fury. For asleep at morn, at noon, or measuring the crimson sunset's glow, I love thee, I love thee, I love thee. Oh, oh, beautiful Guyana, oh, my lovely native land, more dear to me than all the world I see washed on this ground. Pour down upon the borders, rushing out upon the deep, the great Atlantic flowed into a fury. Flowed into a fury. For asleep, at morn, at noon, or measuring the crimson sunset's glow, I love thee, I love thee, I love thee. Guyana, I want to serve my country. Guyana, beautiful, happy, and free. Guyana, let's cooperate with our partners to help develop Guyana the free. Together, my comrades, we will build a brand new Guyana, a country where all are equal opportunity. So let us begin now to show loyalty to Guyana by showing love and respect for all that it is. My brothers, my sisters, we will live and die together. On to one people, one nation, one destiny. For harmonious living, cooperation will be forever. In work and play as we live as strong Guyanese. Guyana, I want to serve my country. Guyana, beautiful, happy, and free. Guyana, our government to help develop Guyana the free. Well, it's like we said, all the nations in the interior, our natural resources are there in great quantity. And we will do farming and establish towns by the border. With global food so we could fill all Guyanese. My greatest desire is to serve my country, Guyana, and sincerely help my Guyana to move along. Our government asks us, and we study hard and we learn the things that will help Guyana to become strong. Guyana, I want to serve my country. Guyana, beautiful, happy, and free. Guyana, let's cooperate with our government to help develop Guyana the free. To help develop Guyana the free.
All right, so today we are here at Club Twilight up in Buxton, and we are here to talk about all that's going on up here. Trust me, if you are on the East Coast, you're in Buxton, you're in town, you're looking for a place to get away to, this is the place. The Cutters, mwah. Listen, I'll be having some just now again. We'll talk about that. And then, of course, the ambience is beautiful, fully air conditioned. The decor is on point. The music's on point. Everything's on point. It's just me. I need some work. But everything else that belongs to this club here is on point. So if you want to find a nice little place where you can just drive out of town and have some drinks, have some food, you can call, you can order your stuff and just take it. You don't have to stay. Or if you want to stay here, that's what's up. And of course, they have special events for Valentine's. You can rent a hall. You can rent a hall, honey. You can rent a hall for weddings, for birthday parties, to have a bash. I hope he edits that out. But you know, whatever it is, this is definitely the place to be. So it's on Sideline now. You definitely want to ensure that you check this place out. But it's on your to-do list. All right, on your to-do list. This is definitely the place to check out. You know, a really cool, chill spot here in Buxton. I like this. This is Buxton needed this. We needed this. I needed this. You definitely needed too. Thank you. All right, so you might be wondering where we are. Still in Buxton at Club Twilight. That's where we are. So Club Twilight also has like an Airbnb as well. So you could come, drink, drunk, and come in the back here and lie down. Look at that. Look at that. Perfection. And the people come in the room and so on. The bed sheets matching the blind, matching the carpet, matching the this, matching the that. We know what we think in Buxton, don't play with we. So definitely if you want to come and you know you may be having a wedding or whatever and you just want to overnight and just have a good time because you're gonna be drunk. We've got too much road accidents. So you definitely want to come, drink, have a good time. They have several rooms that you can rent. They have your toilet, they have your bath, they have your sink, they have your dining area. They have the this is nice. I like it. Anyways, to my friends and my family, if you're looking for me, I'll be overnighting. Some of those persons who are traveling in from overseas, you want a nice, cozy place out of town, then Club Twilight, call them up, look them up on social media. They have their own Facebook page, and ensure that you come up the side and have a good time. Have a good time. Have a good time. Sorry, I'm sorry. That's it.
You can get meat anywhere, but for the best.
Hello, hi, good morning, how y'all doing? Hello, hi, good morning, how are you? Welcome to another program of Guyanese Morning Time. It is now 7:16 on the 17th day of September in the year 2025. I am your host, Kidaki Amsterdam. Welcome to the program. How you been? Talkers, good morning. What's going on over there? How are you doing? How you been? How you been keeping? How was your last night? How was your yesterday? How did you cope yesterday? What were you able to achieve yesterday? Did you set any goals, and how did you manage to achieve them? Have you sat down to do a plan to move forward, to better your life, to better your environment, to put your family in a strong economic position? Have you paid attention to your surroundings? What have you done? How was your yesterday? Talk to me. I want to know. I got a surprise for y'all this morning, a very big surprise. And I love surprises, and I'm going to be surprising you with some of the things I love too. Good. So call a friend, tell a friend, hit up a friend, let them know that we're live on Facebook, YouTube, and we are also live on TikTok this morning. Sorry to the talkers yesterday morning. I totally forgot. It's not something I am accustomed to. So tomorrow morning I will try my best to Yeah, thank you for loving the shirt. The shirt indicates my mood. Right? Sometimes I just dress according to my mood. And so if you can read me, if you can read what I'm wearing, then you can read my mood most times. Right? But one of the things I can also tell you is that 99.99% of the times you see me, you likely to see me in blue. Blue is the best color in the whole world. There ain't got no color better than blue. Right? So for the most times you see me, you're likely to see me with some blue or something that has blue included. God, I'm a blue boy. I love blue. I really, really love blue. Some say it's a calming color and so on and so forth, but I don't know. I think it's the best color in the whole world. Tell anybody I say that. So here we are. It's 19 past the 7 o'clock hour, and there are lots of things that I want us to talk about, but they are not necessarily going to be keeping with what you are accustomed talking about. But let me say that since the government's cabinet has been named, I've made no comment on it. I think the time has come for me to comment on it. Right? And all I want to say is the PPP once more has shown its colors. Once more it has shown its colors. I see a lot of people are making statements out there about the number of rapists, child rapists, especially that they have on that list. I used to tell you when the list was nomination day, when the list became public, I said you have on this list a number of child rapists and abductors and a whole host of corrupt people in different categories. And I don't know if any of you were paying attention. But then here we are, the elections have been completed as far as I'm concerned. And everybody has named their list to represent them in parliament and so on and so forth. And the PPP has named its list of ministers and parliamentarians. And voila, there they are. People are now finding out this pandit from over that side who raped a 13-year-old who eventually committed suicide, and so there was no case to answer to and so on, is on the list. And this banner from region, the whoever who raped an Amerindian child and so on, boy, and so on and so forth. And so you are hearing the stories of all the pedophiles and all of the child rapists and sex offenders and so on and so forth. I said to you when I first saw the list, and Dharamlal was on it, Max Samp, if you're not getting some, please check your device. Don't stress me out this morning. Good. Everybody else is listening and everybody else is commenting, and so everybody else is hearing. You just jump in, no sound. How long have you joined the program? How long did it take you to realize there is no sound? I want to know that. Good. Anyhow, yeah, give me a thumbs up if you could hear. So Max Sam, don't believe that you coming to Paku me this morning. Yes, I said to you, the mere act of putting the name of Nigel Dharamlal and Alistair Charlie and some others on that list on nomination day was a clear sign of disrespect to the people of this country. It was a clear sign of disrespect to the people of this country. And most importantly, if you can call it that, a clear sign of disrespect to the supporters of the PPP. Because those people who are on the list and who are eventually named as parliamentarians and ministers of government are first and foremost representatives of every citizen of this country. And secondly, they are representatives of the PPP supporters, the PPP party. And so the women in the PPP and the right-thinking men in the PPP and so on are saying to us in this country, when they allow the names of Dharamlal and Alistair Charlie and others of similar ilk to be put forward as their representative, they're saying to us that, you know, they have no moral compass. They don't have any problem with persons being accused of committing certain acts. They in the PPP know very well that because of political connections, they were never made to face their day in court. But they know to their bosoms, as we like to say, that it is quite plausible those acts were committed. And so when you sit around a group of people and you allow them to put such wicked people up as your representatives, then you're saying to me that you're similar to them, you're no different. And so when we look at the list of ministers and parliamentarians representing the PPP, it leaves a whole lot to be desired. I'll tell you that straight up. It leaves a whole lot to be desired. Persons, ministers whose names were called left, right, and center in serious acts of corruption and misuse of public office have been retained as ministers, even if not within the same ministry that they were when those allegations were made against them. They have been shifted to other places, other ministries. Are we saying those are the best Ghana or the PPP has to offer its the citizens of this country? You mean for tell me nobody else can't be found? People with decency, people with honesty, people who have morality, to replace a Vikram Bharat, to replace whatever her name was at the Ministry of Housing, and the list goes on. You mean to tell me that is all they can offer Guyanese? And you know, we as a people, we sit back and we accept and we say, well, what we're going to do is the PPP. We can't fix this country until we hold our leaders to a higher standard. We can't. Same formation, same Ashni Singh, short cook. As senior minister within the office of the president responsible for finance. He's not finance minister, you know, note that. From the previous government, from the 2020 government, the PPP has stopped naming anybody finance minister. And that is because they don't want that person to be held accountable. for the mismanagement of the resources, financial and other resources of this country. And I guess they learned, and that's the thing with the PPP, they learn. They learned from 2015 when Granger had them running up this court step, or had Ashton Singh running away to Dubai. Remember, he was brought back here, allegedly from Dubai, to answer some charges. Yeah. But nevertheless, I said that today is really intended to be a program with a difference, not too much of what you're accustomed to. Today is hump day. Hump day. When you hear people talk about hump day, it's Wednesday. It's supposed to be the most boring day of the week, perhaps. When the week is monotonous, you get to hump day and you try to drive some life into it. Good? And in that or context of things, I think I woke up this morning, I'll tell you truthfully, I said, it's Wednesday's midweek. Should I be doing a program or should I be taking a break? Remember, I did say to you that things are going to be changed up a bit over at Camps TV here. So should I be taking a break or should I be hosting a program? And since I didn't give you notice that I will take a break on Wednesday or Wednesdays, I decided I will host a program. Good? And this is not confirmation to you that I will be taking a break on Wednesdays. I'm still figuring it out. I'm still figuring it out. But what I did promise you when I got on just now is that it's going to be a program with a difference. Right? Yes, it is going to be a program with a difference. Let me be your companion taking you to work this morning. Let's have a light time. Let's have a reflective time. Let's go back, way back in time. Down memory lanes.
I don't know why I love you so. No, I don't know why I love you so. You have nothing to give me that doesn't matter. Long as I have you close, I know it's so. I live close me. I don't know why I love you so.
Do you know why I love you so?
I don't know why I love you so. I don't know why I need you so. No, I don't know why I want you so. You make me happy when I feel you. You're all I cling to. You make me feel great. And baby, that's why I love you so. Leave me, darling, that's why I love you so. You make me happy when I'm feeling you. You're all I cling to. You make me feel brand new. And that is why I love you so. Maybe that's why I love you so. I know that's why I love you so.
It's when last somebody tell you, it's when last somebody tell you they love you and why they love you and why they ain't love you. You know, they say love is blind. But jealousy sees too damn much. And sometimes when you look around, you really believe love is blind when you see some people who say they're in love and what they're in love with. But so love really is blind. And sometimes, you know, I appreciate the fact that sometimes you have to behave as if you're blind in love. Because there's no perfect individual, there's no perfect person. And try to get or recognize and accept the majority good and turn a blind eye to the minority bad, so long as it's not going to cost you your sanity, right? So long as it is not going to cost you your sanity, we have to weigh the pros and cons of what you turn a blind eye to and what you confront. The same thing with your government. You're not going to find a government with every single representative of that government being honest, dedicated, hardworking, truthful, and stuff like that. You must find somebody among the mix who got nefarious intents. But guess what? You can't get a government where the majority of those people are like that. Because that is definitely cause of concern. Who is going to hold the government to a higher standard? Members of the cabinet, for example. You got a cabinet of crooks and criminals. Who is going to hold who to a higher standard? Can you imagine in a real democracy about Jack New telling any member of his cabinet not to be involved in corrupt practices or bribe taking? Can you imagine a finale telling people that? I think the first response would be, look who is talking. Look who is talking. You serious? You, brother? You who cultivated gangster granny? You could tell me about holding me to a higher standard? I give him a chance. I see Ali when he's soaring his ministers say that they're going to be tackling corruption. Well, if they're going to be tackling corruption, very soon we're not going to get a government, very soon and very shortly.
You don't have to see me, baby, yeah, to know that I'm around.
You don't have to see me to know that I'm wrong. I'll be watching and I'll be waiting and I'll be highlighting. Play the music, man.
You don't have to see me, baby, yeah, to know that I'm around. How's my little girl cooking? I hope she's not blue. She says she misses her daddy. Tell Cricket Daddy misses her too. I'll be right there, just as quick as I can. And baby, try try to understand. You don't have to see me, baby, yeah, to know that I'm around. You don't have to see me, baby, yeah, to know that I'm around. When you get weak, I'll be by your side. When you shed a tear, oh, I'll wipe your weeping eyes. Just try to make believe that it's just reality, because I'm coming home to you is my destiny. You don't have to see me, no, no. You don't have to see me, no, no. You don't have to see me, know that I'm around. No, no, no. You don't have to see me. You left me, oh yeah, for another. Honey, you found out that he was a true love. But now that he's gone, let's go steady one more time, one more time. Please don't cry, dear. You got to be strong, dear. He'll never hurt you anymore. I know I've met him. But now that he's gone, let's go steady one more time. Oh, yeah. I know he was wrong, honey, for coming to the dance. Another girl, the way that he did. Oh, I know he was wrong when he took your love from me. After all, he was not my best friend. Oh, that's all in the past. Oh, let's forget him. He'll never hurt you anymore. I know, honey, I know. Now that he's gone, let's go steady one more time.
There's that saying, damn you do, damn you don't. Sometimes you don't know how to please some people, and quite frankly, that is why I tell people I do me. And when I do me, those who are comfortable with me doing me, you have to play along. Those who are not comfortable with me doing me, sad to say, you just got me. Right? We like different genres of music. We like different music. We like different forms of entertainment and so on. And so the whole story is there's no time I will come here and play music to please everybody. Brenda Casey, I'm happy for your concern. Sad music, which has the gloomy hump day. I guess yeah, I'm taking you down memory lane, and you might be remembering some sad days. Right? Nevertheless, yes, Rhonda, Lane, a lot of people don't know a lot of things about me. But as time goes by, you learn things about people, and that is why I was saying to somebody the other day, the importance of courtship, because a lot of people they just jump into relationships. They don't take the time to get to know the person. Take time to know her. There's a Percy Sledge, right? Take time to know her. Nobody takes time to know her, or a lot of people don't take time to know her, and then they jump in, and as times go by, they come to realize, is this I sign up for? I didn't know this is more than I bargained for. That's why it does take time. So you get to know people over time. You get to know Winston Jordan, like you got to think for repeat. Right? But let's look at some headlines this morning. I want us to look at some headlines because when I looked at them, I found them funny. And I want to share some of these headlines with you. And brief comment, like I said today, is different. It's not going to be what you're accustomed to. Brief comment. The government that is supposed to be a democratic one, the government that is supposed to be promoting democracy, has locked media houses out of the president's press conference. First press conference, right? First press conference since the president has been sworn in and so on. I noticed he had a lot of difficulty pronouncing the word allegiance. Y'all remember that? Y'all recognize that? Yeah. I would freely give up my time to teach Ifeanyi phonics. Seriously. Simply because, like it or lump it, when he goes out there, because I'm a citizen of this country, he represents me. I don't think he legitimately does that, but he represents me. I volunteer my time to teach him phonics. Or even the art of listening. Because I cannot understand, all you are supposed to do is listen and repeat. You are repeating the oath. They're not reciting the oath. You are repeating it. And this man fumbling for say allegiance. I don't know. I wonder if he was thinking about all those allegations that were being made against his government and himself. Right? Himself. But anyhow, so his first press conference, after being sworn in and all of that, taking up office, a number of mainstream media houses were locked out, not invited, persona non grata, exhibiting first and foremost what I call pettiness on behalf of the government. And secondly, giving a clear indication that there will be no press freedom. There will be no press freedom in this country unless you are prepared to tell the tales of the government the way the government wants you to tell those tales. Unless you're prepared to report without integrity and credibility, you can't be invited to the president's press conference. Unless you're prepared to ask only one question on a topic that was determined, you can't attend the president's press conference. Where's the democracy in that? You mean this way you sign up for? Is that what citizens sign up for in this country? Are we progressing as a nation or are we regressing? Do you believe the growth of democracy is being encouraged, or democratic practices are being cut from right under our feet? Here's the other one I want to pay attention to. GPSU woke up. Patrick Yard has awakened, and he calls for a review of the remuneration and superannuation benefits paid to public servants. He said, I want a 40-25% wages increase for 2024. Patrick Yard has awakened. Is not encouraging, but I guarantee you that within a short time, you're going back to hibernation. Right back to hibernation. He's just sounding his voice so that public servants know that he's still around and they're still expected to pay their union dues so that he can continue to suck the lifeblood out of the coffers of the union. My opinion, I'm entitled to it.
Consider me. I know you're trying to be a big girl and keep the tears from your eyes. No, it's gonna be a little hard to lift your head up high. Cause you're gonna need a man who will understand. No, darling, 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 please consider me. Oh, I know all your friends have left you all alone. Oh, and all the good times you had with him are gone. So you got to have a man who will understand. No, darling, 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 please consider me. Baby, oh, I felt this way before. Many times before, yeah. Now you need yourself a man. Oh, you know I understand. No, darling, 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 please consider me. I don't wanna be left on the outside. Oh, consider me, darling. Oh, baby, baby, please consider me, yeah. Oh, you know I love
consider me. Consider me for what? Consider me for greatness. Consider me for doing a hatchet job. Consider me for what? What y'all want to consider me for? What y'all considering the PPP and the government for? Wickedness? We are considering Patrick Yard for them. Banner, oh God of mercy. You know, sometimes when you talk, people believe that you got a problem with age. But can you imagine? Can you imagine Patrick Yard leading a protest for better wages and salaries for public servants? Huh? Can you imagine Patrick Yard even sitting around the table to negotiate better wages and salaries to public servants? He might have the institutional knowledge and all of that, but does he have the moral authority? Does he have the moral authority to sit at any table with the PPP government in particular, any government, quite frankly, and say in negotiating? When somebody's got the files, when Allison say, I'm playing the music, let people free their mind. Lord have mercy on your people. Right. I saw somebody make a comment, I think yesterday, somewhere where about age. Only the Caribbean people pay attention to age. Only Caribbean age matters. I don't think it's true. Age matters all over. Age matters all over. In the Caribbean, people, for the most part, criticize you as a public official who has been around too long when you are ineffective. They call you out as a public official who has been around too long when you've been ineffective. And so when I talk about Patrick Yard waking up, it's Rip Van Winkle, no? Rip Van Winkle, man, just wake up. Anyhow, I said I was going to share some headlines with you that I find comical. This one is an interesting one. More interesting than comical. Government to help rebuild Eastville home destroyed by fire. Government to help rebuild Eastville home destroyed by fire. Those of you who joined me Sunday I did a short live. I went into the community there and I visited the family that suffered that setback from the fire. The family home destroyed by fire, and I took a little assistance to them and I had a chat with them. Ten persons disaffected by the fire. 10 persons, children, grandchildren, in-laws, and so on. Of course, the home wasn't insured and stuff like that. The family is now dwelling in an adjoining building at the back that wasn't so much affected by the fire. But of course, good. Anil Nandlal, based on the news, along with other representatives of the government, I guess, visited that family yesterday, I think. Yeah, visited that family yesterday. Apparently, government doesn't work on weekends. So they waited until Monday to visit that family, or Tuesday to visit that family. Right, so they visited the family. And the commitment is Government will assist you to rebuild the home. The government of Guyana has pledged to help rebuild the home of an Eastville housing scheme, East Coast Demerara family, that was destroyed by fire last week. Attorney General Anil Nanlal has announced. In a Facebook post, Nanlal said that on behalf of the government of Guyana, he visited the family whose home was destroyed by fire Tuesday morning. So yes, yesterday he went. He said he commiserated the family on behalf of His Excellency President Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali and the government, and offered assistance to the family in respect of their immediate needs as well as regarding helping to reconstruct their destroyed abode. Right, that's what he said in the post. I ain't gonna read too much more. Right? But I am reminded that just last week there was a fire in James Street, Albistown. 5 homes were destroyed. 5 homes were destroyed. 30 persons were left homeless. What did the government do? The CDC, which is the disaster commission, was activated, and those 30 persons, as far as I know, are still being housed. Some of them might have gone with their relatives and friends, but a whole lot of them are being housed at 6 St. Louis Gym. At the 6 St. Louis Gym. That would be at West La Penitentiary area. I think it might be Calendar Street. I really don't know the location well enough. But yes, 6 St. Louis Gym. So they were housed at the 6 St. Louis Gym. They were granted some supplies and so on and so forth. The opposition was forced to turn up, I dare say, and commiserate with those people, and then the government, through agency or agencies, started showing up and helping out and things. But you know what the government said? You know what the government said? We will assist them with rent for 3 months. We will assist them with rent for 3 months. We gonna pay the rent for those 30 persons displaced for 3 months. And I don't think it will be 30 persons they will be paying rent for, because those 30 persons must have come from families, and so those families, most likely there are multiple persons who came from families there. So maybe 5 families, 6 families they will be paying the rent for the next 3 months. Now tell me, how does paying the rent for 3 months for those families equate to rebuilding or providing assistance to rebuild the home in Eastville? Tell me. And so show me where the balance is in government providing assistance to victims of fire. In Eastville, the family's name is Sri Prashad. They're Indo-Guyanese. Anil Nanlal is Indo-Guyanese. The majority of the government is Indo-Guyanese. And the 30 persons, for the most part, who were affected in Albistown. How may I help you?
Good morning, Mr. Amsterdam.
Good morning. How may I help?
Sore losers, boy.
This is where you call me from, man?
3 more left from Ghana, my brother. What is going on?
Why you don't want to spend some time with your wife?
Which one of them?
You gotta know which one of them. Not the one who I just talked to. I don't know why y'all is bad me, right? Good. So I'm saying, where is the balance? We need policies in this country. We need policies in this country that people know is the standard. If your home is destroyed by fire, the government will give you this as an assistance. For starters. Or based on assessment, the government will fund you X amount to get your life back in order. 30 persons in Buxtonian displaced by fire, and their rent will be paid for 3 months. What happens after 3 months? They're going to go on the road. And Buxtonian is a depressed community, no doubt. And those people who are affected are depressed from depressed families, no doubt. And I don't want people to interpret this as me having a problem with government assisting the free process. Because every citizen should be assisted when they have such disasters. I have a problem with the government not being balanced in the assistance that it's giving. We have a young viewer. I think she is about 14 now. I know she makes 16 yet. She's about 13, 14. And when they moved those people into 6 Ed Louis gym, I understand her observation was, why are they moving them into the gym? This government has built hundreds of low-income homes and houses, and they got them locked up on these banks. Why not move these people into these low-income homes so that they can be resettled and pick up the pieces from there? I don't know what arrangements they will have to make in terms of paying for the homes over a period of time, etc., or if they're going to give it to them free so that they can rebuild their life and so on. But there are hundreds of low-income homes that are locked up. Some people assume they don't have owners, but some of us believe that they have owners, and the owners are not low-income earners. But in a time of plenty, why do people have to be treated like that? And so again, we have a government that is talking about a new beginning and better delivery of services and so on to the people. But by their actions, you know, that all they're doing is gaff.
Your love is like a burning fire way down in my soul. Your love is like a burning fire deep down in my soul. Oh, it moves me, it soothes me. I love the way that it moves me. Your love is like a burning fire way down in my soul. Oh, it's so nice. One such eyes, it makes me feel I'm in paradise. Your love is like a burning fire way down in my soul. Oh, don't you know that I love you? There's no one up above you. Yeah, your love is like a burning fire way down in my soul. You're so nice. deep down in my soul. You know I love you so deep down in my soul. Your love is like a burning fire.
Yes, I'm talking to myself. Yes, I'm saying I see somebody saying they haven't seen anything about the APNU supporting them. The 5 victims, I assume. And so I want to tell you, as far as I know, Nima Flubes was one of the first person to be in Albistown when that fire broke out. I understand she was perhaps on her way home and she recognized what was happening and she went in there. And she immediately spoke with some of the victims. I think right on the spot, she was able to hand over a little assistance to them. And then there were follow-up visits. I know that on social media, there is information showing Terence Campbell, Saiku, perhaps mentor, or the city council responsible for that area. A number of persons from the APNU went into that area and they delivered assistance. I'm sure I can find a video with them fetching things into the Six Head Lois gym and hand it over. And I also know that they came to Eastville. Again, there is evidence on social media that they were at Eastville. As a matter of fact, they made 2 visits to Eastville. On the day of the fire, the next day, I think they went there. And then I think yesterday also, or Monday, they went and they delivered stuff that they had promised. Because on the first instance, they did an assessment of the situation, found out what the needs of the Free Prashads were. And definitely they delivered stuff yesterday or the day before, inclusive of haversacks with school goodies for the grandchildren. Good. So I know that did happen. I know that did happen. And I see somebody saying the philanthropist is not doing philanthropic work anymore. The philanthropist was there also. He was the second person to visit the victims in Albistown. The government came in after. Right? So yes, he was there. I don't know what came out of his visit. But yes, I know that the philanthropist was there. I want to say this to Rondon and anybody who's thinking like Rondon. Elections are elections. When elections are contested and a government is in office, whether by fear or foul means, that government is expected to take care of the well-being of every citizen. And for as much as these people have suffered from these disasters, I don't care who they voted for. I don't care how they voted. I don't even care who they campaign for. I'm campaigning for them, for the government to do right by them. We have to sometimes be willing to not forget, but forgive or acknowledge and move on. They are citizens of this country. It is their democratic right to vote for who they would like to vote for. We would like to enjoy that democratic right. We would like our votes respected. We would like the freedom to choose who to vote for. But we would also like to know that whoever forms the government is going to be fair in attending to our needs as citizens of this country. And so, no, Rhonda, they're not dogs, as you described them. No. They're citizens of this country. And they're entitled to benefit from the resources of this country, especially in times of needs like this. Okay? Good. Mr. Melody, how are you, buddy?
Greetings, greetings.
Welcome to the program.
No problem. I cannot sit here and watch you advocate for us, strenuous as you have been, and you know how ardent you are in your support for the people and their rights, and not attempt to assist. I know not everyone has full facts about issues concerning our safety, our futures, and so forth. Hence, I'm going to try and give you some assistance going forward.
Appreciate it. That's the voice of Mr. Melody. He's joining us on TikTok, right? And he has had the privilege to be part of the team in commenting on the issues we're talking about this morning. Here we go to another back in time track. We gotta give a little love.
Turn off the lights. Let's make love in the dark tonight. It is so nice to be made love to in the dark. Oh, the sweet sensation makes my eyes fall. The feel of your hands roving my body. You know, it tells me that you really need me. Oh, so love me, baby, love me. And when your tender lips are searching for mine, ooh, you know, I just want you all of the time. And when you kiss me, I feel like I'm going crazy. Come on, take me in your arms and make me your baby. Ooh, and love me. Love me. Yes, when your tender lips are searching for mine, ooh, you know, I just want you all of the time. And baby, you know, when you kiss me, I feel like I'm going crazy. Come on, take me in your arms and make me your baby. Ooh, and love me. Love me. I need your loving, baby. Come on and love me. Don't stop, baby. Please, baby, don't stop loving. I need you, baby, to love me in.
Somebody wants to know if I'm in love. Let me tell you the truth. I'm always in love. They ain't got nobody could be in love like me. I always in love. I so love myself. Self-love is the greatest love. And if you don't love yourself, you can't love nobody else. So you got to practice self-love before you even think about telling anybody else you love them. And hear me, when you love yourself enough, you save yourself being abused in the name of love. Because a lot of people stick in relationships looking for love when there is no love there. Because first and foremost, they didn't even recognize love in themselves. Right? I love me so much that if I recognize that being in love with somebody else is going to turn out to be abusive to me, I choose me. I let him go. I gone. Right? So yes, I'm always in love. And nobody bit my ears, Rondo. And if I am to get my ears bitten, it got to be in a loving way. I don't put up with abuse. Good? It's 18 minutes past the 8 o'clock hour. I am tempted to open up the lines so you folks can call and you can say what you need to say and so on and so forth. But we have Mr. Melody on TikTok and he wants to share a thought with us. So, Mr. Melody, you're on.
Okay. Hello, GT and abroad. Mr. Cam, get into the chase. What is politics without law? There isn't anything as such. Okay? No politics. You don't have politics without law or law enforcement. And if you fail to enforce the laws, it will come back to haunt you. This is exactly why it's not wise to say, oh, well, things have happened. Let's just carry on and hope for change. We have a major issue in the country that has not been seen finality. Okay? I'm sure you're aware of that incident in Buxton when the gang was escaped from the prison and ended up in Buxton, and an officer was injured. He dived into the trench. He ended up in a hospital on life support machine. I don't know if you recollect that incident. You're a Buxtonian, you're supposed to know. You know what I'm talking about?
Mr. Melody, I mean, you're joining my program for the first time in the morning. Generally, I allow callers and contributors to speak. You have something to tell us, not interrogate me.
Well, it's a two-way conversation I was hoping for.
I do respond, but I respond after people are done talking.
Okay, well, yes, I don't ramble. You know what I mean? I have a discourse. You know what I mean? It's an interaction, social engagement. Yes. However, cut a long story short, for however many governments have come and gone, there have been an outstanding litigation that has not seen finality. And until it is addressed, GT has major problems. And I've given you a hint as to that source of litigation. Okay? It stems a long way back. It affected the outcome of elections. It gave us unlawful governance for many years. Yes. Just to confirm the state that the country is in, I was in Guyana in 20 2020 and attempted to register as an electorate and was denied the opportunity because they could not confirm what was the correct procedure to register a person to vote.
All right, Mr. Melody, thank you. I have to stop you there. Yes, like Mr. Melody said, listen, you can't have politics without laws. And he did highlight the issue of litigation and the time it takes to conclude in this country. We still have an election case that is 5 years old. The election case against Lowenfield and Mingo and Vala Lawrence and Carol Smith Joseph and the whole list of people from 2020 is still being heard in the courts. I think yesterday there was another appearance. And so one asks, or one is forced to ask, of what use is the judiciary if it cannot quickly conclude matters of that nature, because we have completed another election cycle. The whole government has changed. And a matter in the courts relating to the electing of that very government can be concluded. There are several election petition cases, as far as I'm aware, that are still in the courts. I've not seen the light of day yet. And so Claudette Singh recently told us when Aubrey Norton asked for the forensic evaluation of the election. You have to go to court for that. You can file a petition for that. Are we serious as a people? Are we really serious as a people? Or we want to remain the laughing stock of the world despite claiming that we are the fastest growing economy? I see they're testing online applications to this and online applications to that. I am waiting to see how effective and efficient those things will be. The lines are open. It's 24 minutes past the 8 o'clock hour. And so I, as usual, will give you the opportunity to call and make your contributions. You can comment on what Mr. Melody said, no problem. You can introduce your own concerns, no problem. But it's hump day still. Let me, before I continue with this track, when I ask you where you've been, I see people are saying, listen, let Mohammed rebuild the homes. Is that Mohammed's job? They vote for Mohammed, let Mohammed rebuild the home. No, it's not Mohammed's job. The government has our resources, and the government should use our resources to help our people in times of disaster. This same government, call a holy line, please, or operatives of this government in the last government were quick to pack containers upon containers, valued hundreds of millions of Guyana dollars and US dollars and so on, and shipped to our Caribbean neighbors when they had disaster. These people have their own disaster here, and provision should be made for them. You see, what you go on understand is what good for the goose, good for the gander. And when we are going to start to take attitudes that say, let who you vote for look after, we're going to find ourselves in some serious problems. Because when who you vote for is not in government and don't have access to resources, then you can't get looked after. Let the government look after the citizens of this country, because they are voted in as the government of the country. Not government for Indo-Guyanese and government for Afro-Guyanese. They voted as government of Guyana. And so let us stop this nonsensical thing about who they vote for, let it belongs to them. Caller, you're on.
Pleasant good morning to you, Brother Kodaki. And once again, let me continue to wish you well in your endeavor to represent, to provide representation. I want to offer a comment or a contribution on reading the mood of the people as representative and as politicians. to read the mood of the supporters or the mood of the population or the mood of the people who are most likely to support you. And I think that is an area where our politicians or parliamentarians are failing. I mean, the other set of politicians have not gotten there yet. And in the last campaign, I don't think they captured that mood very well. Let me give you some examples, two or three examples. After the 2020 election, after the amount of resentment that was around, the coalition, they had this. They were many people were dissatisfied with the outcome of the election, the manner in which the election went down. And as the new government came in, and with this petition thing and among all the accusations that was around, we had this thing where many people believed the government was installed, right? There was an installed government, and the opposition was in that type of mood. Really were not too pleased with how things went on, but for some reason, the opposition toned down the rhetoric towards the government. In terms of they toned down. Maybe after about 2 years, around 2022 time or around the COVID, as the COVID thing was up and running and so forth. Whatever was the reason, I don't know. Secondly, it will be something really gratifying to know what does the opposition really talk when they meet with these international people. Many times you look in the news, you see the European Union meet with the opposition, the ambassador meet with the opposition, these people. And I'm wondering what really does be the conversation with these people when they having these meetings with these people. It's very curious to know, does they really aggressively let these people know their state of situation? How do they really? Do they just simply say, well, we have a voter list, something different? I wonder what really do they tell these people when they have these meetings. And recently, as recent as we saw the observers coming in and having these meetings with and I'm very concerned how these observers keep these meetings. Why don't they keep one big meeting with all the parties together? I don't like this. They go and meet people alone, and they come and meet the opposition alone, and then they'll be forward there and alone. I mean, if you come to observe the election, you don't have any hours in the race. You just come, have a forum, let the people and meet with the government and all the other contesting parties and just lay out your probe and then do what you want. But to go around with these one meeting, to me, I really don't like the aspect. And lastly, the census that was not released, the census and the cash grant information. I think the opposition were too soft on those things. The census that was not being released. What is the reason that you can't release the census? The information on the cash grant. For me, I don't think there was any need for any those big registration for the cash grant. Maybe some people that the government don't have, but the government don't have already paying all the workers in the country. The government have a database for workers. They have a database for all the pensioners. Maybe only those people who are not working, maybe you have to register them. But we now know what was the plan with our registration to pay the 100,000, because the people use that information, and the opposition did not. Even during the election time, when people start crying that they let phone calls, still there was no big view and pride coming from the opposition. So I think those are some things where the politicians need to understand really the mood of the people. And I think if you're not doing that, you're gonna lose people.
Thank you, Colin. I want to say this. The caller raises the issue of the census and the misuse of the registration information for the cash grant and so on. And he's saying the opposition did not do enough. I really don't know. And I will continue to ask, what do you expect the opposition to do? I still want to know. The opposition has to operate within the confines of the law. Does the law allow the opposition to go and find the Commissioner of Information and beat him until he provides the information? Does the law allow the opposition to go to the Bureau of Statistics and find the chief statistician and beat him until he releases the census? What does the law permit? Does the law permit the opposition to go to court and demand the release of these the information? Good. The law is there. The opposition is there. But I will maintain, and I will continue to maintain, that until the citizens of this country are prepared to be proactive in the defense of their rights and acknowledgement of their responsibilities and holding government accountable, I don't care who the opposition is. I don't care who the opposition leader is. There ain't got much that they could achieve. Let me take this call and I'll return to that. Call you on. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Now the first person, the man from the TikTok, he made a valuable point because he said he came in 2020 and he had wanted to vote and he tried to register, but he was denied registering. Unlike those people who came about the day before the 2025 general election, and they were given cards with nationality, the Commonwealth, and the different things. That is why I keep saying one thing over and over. GCOM has got to be investigated properly and if possible removed from Guyana because of GCOM and the wicked and the continuous corruptible wrongdoings. They are denying people the right to exercise their franchise. But people who they could get who they could give them money, make them into new indentured laborers and so. They bring them in the country and they give them a right. And if GCOM was doing the right thing, that would not have happened. Now coming to the fire. We remember when the other alleged fire at Monrepose. Polaris stand get $3 million. This body get how much $1 million? And when they had the fire in Perico, where people lost businesses, those people were barely given a mere $250,000. And not everybody, because the black people didn't really get anything. So there is it again. Now, 3, you're helping to build back somebody else. And the other set of people, you're giving them 3 months rent. I want this African population in Guyana, some of them, must sit down and study where really they are going. They mustn't only be fooled at the election when you get promised of 50,000 and you get 10,000. Money today, gone tomorrow. Look for stability that will not come today. But when it does come, it remains with you for many, 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 many tomorrows to come. And thanks to the lovely music that you're playing and for the statement, but you got to love yourself. Kodaki, I love myself. And I don't look for no riffraff who may extend a kerchief with little perfume to the edge of the kerchief. And in the middle of the kerchief is bucket of one. With the one say bucket for the one going to talk. So I love myself and I keep myself where I am. Bye-bye.
Speak her name, and I get misty eyed. And through these misty eyes, I see my baby.
I ain't looking for no refresh. Hey, hey. What one are you still looking?
And I begin to cry. Yes, I really begin. I miss my baby.
Good morning to you and all my black brothers and sisters in Guyana. You said nice music. Nice music will not take us out of poverty and slavery. What will take us out of poverty and slavery is to come together and unite and represent these words: sacrifice, demand, love, unity, and support. It is time for us to pay attention to Flash Garden when he come on your program. I always say from since Abinat was there, leaders, I said there's so much a opposition leader could say and do. I said it's a sense in them. The Constitution said citizen never said opposition leader have the right to take no one outside there. The citizen have the right and the power for at least for a peaceful protest. The citizen have to have the power to bring any government down and out. I call up years upon the union. Mr. The union have more power than opposition leader for take the people down and shut the country down. Nobody listen to Flash Gun because I am not a minister. I'm not a doctor. But today me hear you repeat that if the citizens them take a stand, black people will be slave for the Kodima them. Are you convex? Are you slave? It is time for we stop our nonsense and do the right thing. Look around the world. Nobody don't want to believe. I believe in fire and smoke up in the air. God kill. I'm not saying for kill. That is God. Me not God. But God give you five senses. And one of it will take you out of poverty and slavery is your hands. And it's time for black men, leave the women out. Black men have to take them hands out of their goddamn pocket and use it for taking itself out of slavery. Don't wait for nobody. You got responsibility for your children. Use it. You have to provide roof for your family, food on the table, and clothes for their back. And you sit down and wait upon who Flash Garden. Me done do my time already. I used to leave Guyana and go back and protest by myself. And people used to benefit from it. Because when I return back, there's a big man where he said exactly happened to us at factories. They move us out. It is time for black people to fight. Look what happened to Nepal. Nepal in fight for no cost of living. They fight because they want to take away something that what would help bring them out of poverty. Facebook and TikTok and all these things. Media. Many days, a lot of people just eat for plenty country. Have a Facebook and TikTok and they want to, no. A little country in Caribbean, they protest for what Flash Garden, for cost of living. And the government read on the table, but they said, no, you got to come more because we know you could do, but black people, you waiting for the program day and night to talk nonsense, Flash Garden said, it is time for you fight. And I'm looking to see them new, young, what they're going to do for black people if they're going to come out and fight, because they will come out Tuesday afternoon and protest for Mel. Let me see them protest for those who vote and put them in parliament. Thank you for your day, for your time.
Thank you for your time. And so let me tell Flash Gordon that music can take me out of poverty. It depends on whether or not music is my business. Right? So it's good to criticize sometimes, but it's not always good to criticize everything every time. Good music can take me out of poverty. Is music my business or not? You determine that.
Speak her name,
Tucker, so how we doing over there?
and I get misty eyes. And through these misty eyes, I see my baby. Speak her name, and I begin to cry.
I want to tell y'all something. When you see I come here in the mornings, noon or night, I don't want y'all to take me for granted, you know. Right? I use my education. I ain't like your presidents. I'm using my education. I'm a trained broadcaster. I have a degree from the University of Guyana, Center of Communication Studies. It's a degree in communication. I didn't go iFlux, I didn't get it from the back of Buxton. So I'm qualified and I'm certified. And you can go and perhaps you can find a number of long papers I would have had to submit as I was reading for my degree. Right? And as I was doing my degree, I had to do an elective or several electives. And I remember one of my electives is in local government. So when I talk politics and I talk government, I know what I'm talking about. I ain't just come, call a mute line, please, and hold. Right? They're about long, I up on this rock long. So y'all don't just come and think I try nothing. Good? If you've been following me for the last 5 years and you don't recognize that I don't just try anything, then you gotta come to the front of the class because you need to be educated further. Call you on. Speak.
Hi, good morning, Kadaki. Morning to the listening public. Now, this guy, I don't want to call his name. He seems to be out of confusion all through. You know when you don't like somebody, right? Because he always talk about North, this and North, and North should do this. Now the elections came around and gone. Oh, he talking about North. Pick the wrong set of people. He should have picked certain people. The man know what he's doing. Why don't he allow the Mr. Norton to do what he's doing? I think he should have come home and run for the leader of the opposition or something, or leader of the PNC party. He keep criticizing Norton all the time. I like this guy. He don't see what's going on in Guyana. It is not Mr. Norton's fault that we lost election. He should have blamed GCOM. We supposed to blame him, but he just blaming Norton all the time. That's my take. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Unlike what this call is saying, I don't believe the man whose name you will not call. I don't call him Flash Garden. I don't believe I heard Flash Garden. Well, somebody is saying it's Otto Martin, so I really don't know who. I don't know. And that's why I sometimes might need to call names for clarification. Because if we talk about Otto Martin, that is a whole different fish in a kettle. Right? Not kettle of fish, a whole different fish in a kettle. But I haven't heard Flash Gordon criticize Norton. And I believe, as they say, hell will freeze over if Flash Gordon were to criticize Norton. Right? That's my belief. And I'm entitled to it. I don't think I'll live to see the day when Flash Gordon will criticize Norton. But listen, like I say, everybody has an opinion. And everybody is entitled to their opinion. And we can criticize others for their opinion, and we can do it respectfully, just as they can criticize others for their opinion and they can do it respectfully. I don't envy Norton for the position that he's in. Regardless of who Norton chose to go to Parliament, somebody would have criticized him. Because everybody has their favorite in this race, in this rat race. Everybody believes that this person is better than that person to go to Parliament, and this person is better than that person to go to the Regional Democratic Council, and this person is better than that person to go to City Hall, and so on. So you are going to find all of these contestations as who is right, as to who is right and who's wrong, who's a good fit and who is not a good fit, and so on. Right? But I saw the thing set, man. I said, we'll go. Norton has already made his decision. Those people are soon going to go into the National Assembly and be sworn to be called honorable. They are going to be sworn to be called honorable, despite the fact that there are lots of dishonorable people among them. Good, but they are going to be sworn to be called honorable. And you can't stop it. What you could do is hold them accountable. Demand more from them. Call you on. Good morning.
Morning, everyone. Let me tell you something. Let me give back some super way to give it yesterday. It's not so advanced, so it's forgot. With who want jump ship and this and that, that kind of thing. It always maintained that people like Jeremy Figueroa, Sister Manzo, William James Bond, and all the likes of them, very disrespectful to the other. Disrespectful, selfish, greedy. To that, just now I was listening to a whole clip with a clip few days back with Brother Norton and Svetlana Marshall. And there's the thing he talking about, no amount of loyalty them and got. None. The place will raise them to fame. These brothers and sisters got this hard at this juncture in time. For head across to the snake with the looking for biting them and biting them loved ones go across right there. And reach across then they say you wrong. You imagine a sister who we get like Sister Manzo as one we aspiring leader and them kind of thing coming up as a grassroots. No is their agenda for deal with these people case and them things. And you make move like that. These brothers can actually these people we got to call these brothers and sisters very disrespectful. And in no way, shape, or form they should not be supported. They won't like people who do that to them. So we got to call these things out. We got to call out these things. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, we have to call out these things, but the question is when will we stop calling out these things? Both Ghana fast, you can't turn back. There's a whole Guyanese saying, right? You don't cry over spilled milk. Spilled milk. There's another whole Guyanese saying, right? How do you move forward? What's the course forward? How are we charting our course forward? What do we intend to do to go forward and go forward steadfastly and ensure that at the end of the day we come out in light and we come out on top of our challenges? We can't do that by complaining every day and keep rehashing the past. The past is a good teacher, but we also have to live in the present and the future. Caller, you're on.
Yeah, good morning. I like to mention concerning person jumping ship. Y'all got to realize this is the worst leadership the PNC has ever had. Nobody's questioning that, you know. Hello? Yeah. So everybody blaming those persons that jump ship. Well, you got to realize what those persons were facing within the party. You cannot run away from that. So I think y'all should go light on those persons. Mr. Norton has demonstrated that he has, I don't know, never before has the PNC been in this quandary. You know, instead of strong supporters face the facts and realize that Mr. Norton is wholly responsible for everything that transpired. Until y'all get that, the PNC will remain in problems. Thank you.
Again, another opinion which I think is out of left field. I don't think Mr. Norton is wholly responsible for the situation. I think that there were lots of contributing factors to the situation. First and foremost, Mr. Norton, I would dare argue, is perhaps the only PNC leader that has had to go through this kind of storm to become political leader, to become leader of the PNC. Bonham didn't go through that. I didn't go through that. Hamilton Green had his challenges with it and he left. Even Corbyn didn't go through that. I can't remember any of the previous PNC leaders having to fight in such a public and nasty way or having to be engaged in such a public and nasty fight to take the helm of the party. I can't recall that. And so there are lots of contributing factors. Call them mute. There are lots of contributing factors. So where the PPP, where the PNC or APNU is right now. But most importantly, I want to say this. Norton is the first leader of the APNU/PNC that had to contest an election against two big spenders. Really, really big spenders. Do you recognize that Norton is the first PNC leader that had to contest an election in the era of oil in this country? Have you ever heard of any other election contested where your opponent, as in the PPP in this instance, spent approximately or allegedly $30 billion? And the next in line spent $5 billion when you could only spend a couple million? Have you considered that? So there are many, many factors, right? Norton is the only APNU leader that had to go to an election with a voters list that is almost the entire population of the country. Almost the entire population of the country. Only AP and European leader that had to go to an election with an election commission where even the chairman, the chairperson, was supporting one of the contestants in the election. So y'all consider those things, and y'all really be fair to Mr. Norton. And and I'm going to say again, the citizens and their attitude and their behaviors and their outlook and all of that also contribute to the outcome of these elections. Caller, unmute and speak.
Morning, Kadaki. Like the ending part is what I want to contribute to. Because someone who was on the ground said this to me yesterday. That imagine you walk in place like Buxton or them place, and people are telling you, look, man, Mr. Norton telling me we're gonna get a house, free proper house. We children gonna get money.
I listened to the college of someone want to blame Norton. Now, as I tell everybody, remember when a system design
Call a mute and wait.
And everything with negative is concerned. These are times in life we find that nobody don't want to face the fact. Now, when a system could design to put people in the pressure, the sense of disunited, the sense of deny you of your benefits of your country, and then the end of the day they come and give you a handout, it wins your mindset. Because first thing I know what, I got a little money and then the tax are supposed to be this and there's it. Now remember, people don't understand. Politics is not a word named politics, politics. And if the persons in authority, knowing that they get the mass in the pressure, and then like a year and a half before, 2 years before election time come along, they use a set of people within a circle to manipulate the system in the sense of people mindset. These are times you find that things going to happen. Because what's simple, Linden, even though all what people do at Linden, do that they give hairdresser, people's who nail contract. Who won Linden? It's win. Because you know why? The people up there understand that here what now, me not in PNC no more, we want first party, we're going to win. Because win might come and put a little money. But I don't know, PPP ain't really got no time with them. Because they are more conscious money in the sense of what PPP done to them. And they tell themselves, well, I've no end doing nothing for them when they went in there for the 5 years. But people don't understand. Mr. Kadaki, 23 years of disloyalty in all different angles, and you take over the country after 23 years, the whole system sluggish, lawless, and everything. You cannot build up a society of consciousness in a couple of years. You're going to take about nearly 15 years before you bring back society to a stable mindset. Because it's 2 generations, man, in a circle of negative. Who was 5 becomes 28. Who was 10 becomes, you look at it, you just do the ratio, add it. So if they go up in the era of lawlessness, they go on now. What do you believe they're going to do? They're going to grab at things that they could gain for themselves.
Call it 2 minutes past 9. I have to cut you short. Wrap up.
All right.
I'm managing my time.
All right. I apologize for that. However, you can talk tomorrow.
Thank you. Caller, you can unmute and speak. Maximum of 5 minutes,
sorry
not
about
too
that.
many more.
Yeah. You gotta realize that these people who we dealing with now, and to that caller before this one, that is people with right now. They want things now. Nobody wants to deal with delayed gratification. When a citizen gonna tell you that, look, boy, yeah, I know that man promised me this and promised me that, but I get him $30,000 to vote for XYZ person. I gonna carry this money home, give it to my woman, and she gonna feel good. They just want for now. They just want a quick orgasm and that's it. They don't want to build anything. They don't want to wait. They don't want, when a person will tell you, look, your child is going to get X amount per month for going to the technical school or university, but you don't see that as important, something is wrong with you. And that is what is wrong with majority of people there. They want things now. They don't want to sacrifice and they don't believe in delayed gratification. So we can't blame Mr. Norton for that. You gotta blame people like them who ain't teaching their kids about the right thing to do and the youth the right things to do and what to expect and how the process of having things. That's all I have to say.
Thank you for your call. And it is 3 minutes past the 9 o'clock hour. Like I said, I'm managing my time. I'm not going to spend much longer for you, but this is our closing. Oh no, I have some advertisement to play. With all fairness, I should have played them before, but I allowed the program to take charge
You
of me
can get
instead of me
meat
take charge of
anywhere,
program.
but for the best cuts of chicken, beef, pork, mutton, and lots more, check out T&W Harris Butcher Shop located in the East Rheinveld Market Meat section. Call us on 609-7168, 641-4494. Ask for Rastaman. T&W Harris Butcher Shop for the best in fresh cut meats and lots more.
To Amsterdam, I think I only get 3 pylori. You see, when the function finish, right? The egg ball keep them people in it. Oh my goodness. And it's like, so we got a whole tub of sauce. It's like, let's have a little Mr. Amsterdam. Everything shine, shine, shine. I haven't gotten to taste anything because, like I said, I just eat 3 pylori. Everybody complimented the stuff. It was tasty. All them munch down and come back and load up. Certain places you can't go and get proper stuff, but the sauce is more than enough. I appreciate the variety options.
At Lou's Kitchen, it's no idle boast. Call us for the best in Creole food. 653-3205. Lou's, the original Creole chef. And so this is me saying goodbye. Thank you for tuning in. Join me tomorrow for another program of Guyanese Morning Time. I believe we will have Mr. Winston Jordan on, but it is still to be confirmed. Talkers, thank you for joining me this morning. I do hope I can join you tomorrow morning, or I can make it possible for you to join me tomorrow morning. Do have a wonderful rest of the day. Imagine this one as we leave. Enjoy this one.
And it's cold out here. I'm lost in the darkness of the night. Please let me in the door. You close to me. beautiful.